One Piece. Thurman,
This guy.
I gotta start off immediately by saying he's back with that god tier foreshadowing. Like, I love it when he does this shit. That's so awesome. You know how long people thought that shit was a plot hole? Like, the amount of times I've seen people talking, like, because you remember how, like, in Marineford, everyone was like, oh, they were using Armanet haki, but it wasn't coded black, so, you know, Oda just didn't plan for Armanet haki. It was, you know, like, clearly, obviously, you know, he just retroactively retconned it to make it, like, colored black after the time skip. No, bitch, there's multiple types. Yo! Like, and I'm thinking back, remember that scene in Marineford where all the admirals, like, put their hands up just to, like, repel attacks? That's the same thing right here. Like, we saw it with the admirals, we saw it with Sentomaru, I think his name is, or I don't know, the fucking fat dude with the axe, and of course we saw it with Rayleigh. So that shit I love.
The dude, that's funny. Yeah, I agree, man. Especially, I really like how I have to comment on Oda, man, doing a better job at training arcs than most manga now.
Oh,
you know,
yes,
amazing. Like,
I'm loving this.
The way he's doing this is like Oda is a genius. We already knew this, but he even more just when it comes to this because he's making it. He's killing two birds with one stone, right? He's giving Luffy a chance to train stuff that he needs to, right? While also establishing, you know, that like Luffy is still in a tough situation, but you know, because technically speaking, Luffy is still in jail, but he's using this chance to train, right? So it's just knocked on its head a bit because Luffy's still in danger of getting executed, but he's using this time to train himself, to learn haki, to better his observation haki. So I think the way Oda's doing this for Luffy is just amazingly well done, in my opinion.
I agree, and it's very hype to just imagine, like, it's just it gives you that like childhood feel of like, you know, when your favorite character is about to learn a new power, you know, it's so good, you know, it's like, and it's always so much better when Oda does it because Oda makes this shit so planned out, right? Now let's talk about in that same vein, Luffy literally like Katakuri level observation right now. I'm like, what the fuck,
bro? Katakuri's like my nigga Luffy, bro. You remember that Martin Luther King meme has like all like the white people picking cotton, and then like in the back you see the shadowy figure of Martin Luther King smiling.
I don't think I've seen that one, no, but I know what you're talking about. Like Luffy was just standing there, like, and to the left, and dodge, and jump up.
Katakuri's like in the sky right now, saying "my nigga."
Oh yeah, Katakuri's having a moment. Yeah, for real, he imparted that shit. And
I would have fucking loved. I want to see a fan art of just like this happening, and then it cuts like Katakuri like I don't know why, but I'm crying. I'm proud.
Just a tear. Katakuri's just in the middle of eating a couple donuts with his sister Brulee, and he just like a tear comes down his eyes. Like, wow, I don't know what's going on, but I sense a disturbance in the bro force. Some bro moment is happening right now.
This bad Katakuri's like, damn, I don't know why, but I really have the urge to say my nigga.
So does he? If Katakuri officially gets the N-word pass from an official black guy, Thurman himself?
Oh yeah, T-Ben had the official pass.
For sure. Okay, so continuing on that, right? What I loved about that was, again, Oda, just like his world building is so goddamn good that I see Luffy doing this, and you know what it immediately reminds me of? Eneru, when he was doing the same shit to Luffy with his mantra, which is observation haki, right? Like you know, him just standing back there, easily dodging, telling Hiyori of the flowers to do what to do. They're all just dodging. It kind of reminded me of when Luffy was trying to punch Eneru, and he's just like dodge. You know, it's just like, it's so great because you get a sense of like, this is the same power. There's no bullshit. There's no Deus Ex Machina. There's no, oh, what's the power up for this arc gonna be? No, you get the sense like, this is a world. This world exists, and this is a power that has existed in the world, and the main character is just now getting to that level. And that's something that's so crazy because like, Oda has said multiple times in SBS's and interviews that Eneru was like a crazy high level dude. Like we're talking a new world level dude that Luffy was only able to beat because of his rubber. He just happened to have the perfect devil fruit to counter him. I believe Oda said if Eneru had a bounty, it would be over 500 million. At least 500 million, somewhere around there, right? And this is, keep in mind, this is back when Luffy only had like 100 million bounty. So that was a big deal to say that. So again, like basically it's the same thing he did with Eneru and having mantra, and it's the same thing he did with Mihawk and how Mihawk shows up episode fucking 20 or whatever the fuck it was, just to show like, hey, guess what? This is what the new world strength is. This is what endgame shit is. Oda plants endgame level people all throughout the series so that when we get to the endgame, it feels so real. It's like, hey, it's not just like, oh, we're just now seeing this level of power. It's like, no, we live in a real living, breathing world, and Luffy is just a cog in that world. He's not the center of focus. It just feels like he's a dude in this world, and he's just now learning about this thing that has always existed because we've seen it like 70 times throughout the whole story, and I fucking love it.
You are definitely right, man. And I have no complaints with that, especially since it's
good.
I just find myself extremely enjoying this chapter. I don't know why. This chapter brought a smile to my face. It's the whole Luffy situation right now. It's just like Luffy and the old man just tag teaming all these fucking people. Like keep in mind, he's fighting like Kaido's crew. Basically.
Well, the shitty parts of his crew.
Still, like it's just. Man, and
he's fighting Kaido's
like
janitors right now. Okay.
And him telling what the old man, him telling him how to, like, when the old man headbutted the fucking llama, I was fucking dying.
Yes.
Shit was fucking.
I do want to say what I loved about this too was, and this also got me hyped because we had 2 moments of massive foreshadowing from Oda here, at least retroactively, like paying off the foreshadowing, right? So I also like it when, is it Hyogoro? I'm very bad at names. The old man, I'll just say. When he says, was it? Oh yeah. When he basically just explains exactly what Zoro found out in the Mr. One fight, he's like, oh, there are some samurai that can do this thing where they can like cut steel but not cut like a paper. That's what Zoro learned. And here, that blew my fucking mind because remember, Zoro learned that technique from his teacher, and Hyogoro just said that's a technique that Wano originated. So, I mean, we're basically just confirming that his teacher either was from Wano himself or his parents were from Wano.
Ooh, more and more goatness. This is stuff he's doing, stuff that he had to read between the lines to do. Honestly,
I love it.
It's only possible if you read lots and lots of manga, or it's just
yeah. I mean,
smart and observant.
It's exciting too. Now, I wonder if that means that this power that Luffy's trying to learn, this like different kind of armament haki, is that connected at all with the power that he was talking about with the sword thing that Zoro knows, or is that like was that just an offhanded mention? Like, is it using the same kind of power? Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess you could make the argument that maybe Zoro like tapped into armament haki without even realizing it a long time ago. If you want to say that it's connected, I don't know. What do you think?
To me, it feels like it's semi different because he says like it allows you to cut steel, but it also lets you not be able to cut anything, like cut paper. So to me, it seems like it's more controlled than armament haki a bit. Like it's just like a slight like variation of it because like you can, because it makes sense, right? Like why would you want armament haki that doesn't allow you to cut paper?
Well,
right. So I'm
the way I understood it originally, like, so back when Zoro first learned it, the idea was, in order to be a truly good swordsman, you have to be able to cut what you want to cut, but also protect what you want to protect, right? So, like, basically it was like, my sword is useless if it cuts down my allies. So if I'm like, you know, something like that. I don't remember. It was, but the idea was, I remember too, because his master was like, hey, in order to be a truly good swordsman, you need to be able to not cut anything. And he was like, what does that mean? He was like, well, you need to be able to have such control over your sword that you can cut anything, but also not cut anything, you know? And what was cool about that scene is that you see Zoro in that scene, he just lets his sword drop. Like, I'm talking like no effort, just the gravity itself. He just, and then it cuts through a stone. But then he swings as hard as he can, and it doesn't cut the leaf. basically showing that like force is irrelevant. It's all about knowing the frequency. Because I think the way he explained it was it's knowing the frequency of the things, and I took that to like a weird scientific degree. Like maybe he's like he just knows the molecular makeup of it. I don't fucking know. But the way I always understood it was he understands the frequency of a certain material, and then he can cut through it by swinging his sword a certain way. That's how I always got it. But maybe there's more to it.
Zoro beat Superman confirmed.
I think you could argue that maybe he could cut Superman. Hold on. You could argue that he could cut Superman, but I don't think the problem would be speed at that point. Superman can like react to like femtoseconds and shit. It's ridiculous. If you want to go really into that, I can go into that.
The power of Wink gives Zoro all the power.
You put one Zoro fanboy in a room with like a bunch of DC comic writers and give him an hour, and they'll have him convinced that Zoro will win.
You ever see the storyline? Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, Zoro kills the
DC Universe. Zoro would just a comic.
Dude, the second he puts on his bandana, it's over.
He just kills every single DC character. Then he's like, next, the Marvel Universe.
Oh my god, he's just fourth wall breaking now. He's just that powerful. Damn.
Oh yeah.
You know how that fucking doesn't Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe comic end with Deadpool coming out of the comic and killing the writer of the comic?
Killing the writers of the comic.
Oh yes. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Fuck. By the way, a side question. When was the last time Zoro put on his bandana to fight? Did he do that in Dressrosa at all? I forgot.
I think he did to fight Pika. He did? To cut Pika.
Pika was bandana worthy? Garbage.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go. Let's backtrack to the conversation between Hiyori, we can call her now, and Zoro. Thoughts on that?
She's she's proven more and more that she's waifu status for Zoro. That's the first thing.
I'm conflicted about some things because here's the thing. It's weird to me because her personality, because like, okay, we're all operating under the assumption that this is Komurasaki, but her personality is entirely different from what she was like. No, I mean, you've noticed this, right?
Yeah.
She's really bubbly. Yeah. She's very childlike. She's switching back and forth between like, and she's also doing that thing where she sucks in her mouth to not like laugh or smile or whatever. So here's the thing. Either she has some crazy multiple personality disorder thing, because that could be a thing with the trauma she went through, or it's going to be some crazy twist that this isn't Komurasaki, it's just one of the random aides, because there was a lot of the women there that kind of looked the same, or and here's where Joy Boy, respect to Joy Boy here, because Joy Boy put out a theory that I fucking love. Here's the thing. Joy Boy's point was that like this whole twist with Komurasaki being Hiyori, way too obvious. Can we all agree that's way too... Everyone called it. It's way too obvious. Right?
So, yeah.
Like, the thing with... The argument he made was Oda's normally much more, mysterious. He doesn't let on to those kind of plot twists. You know what I mean? Like, think Pudding. He had everyone convinced Pudding was you know, she's gonna actually be a good guy. And then, she's actually... You know, I remember the whole fandom was back, like, flip-flopping on that constantly. We never really knew for sure. But with this one, the fandom immediately was like, yeah, obviously it's going to be Hiyori. And it was even, remember there's that one chapter where it literally showed Momo, man, I hope I found my sister, and then it cut right to Komurasaki. It's way too obvious. So Joy Boy's theory, which I like, is that Otoko, the constantly smiling, laughing girl, is actually Hiyori, and she never actually got sent forward in time. Or no, she did. I mean, she did. Let me reiterate that. The theory that Joy Boy said is that the Otoko girl, the constantly laughing girl, she's Hiyori, and she actually did get set forward in time right after they did, just to a slightly different point. That was his theory, because that would be just plot twisty enough for Oda.
I can dig it, yeah. Especially since they kind of lied beforehand, how they said Kimon was his son, and we found out that Kimon wasn't also father. So I can dig it.
I can see it making sense because. So I can see
she's trying to.
Go ahead.
She's trying to protect. Trying to protect her from the outside world and stuff like that, and having her blended with Komurasaki and this girl over here. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah.
Because look, Okiko was laughing, and then like Komurasaki was laughing. Then Komurasaki was like, "Don't kill the child," and then Komurasaki died for her. And then they tried to escape, and then this woman, who probably is like a side person for Komurasaki, took her in.
Yeah.
It makes sense because now that I think about it, now that you mention that, they kind of do protect her a little bit if you see the path it's going, because like she was the one who laughed, then Komurasaki was like, no, don't kill her, and then and then now like all of a sudden it's just these two running away, right? So it's, to me, your boy's theory makes sense, because reluctant, for some reason it seems
too obvious.
She's being protected. Like, little girl's being protected more so than, most. So that makes sense. But the thing is, though, how would Oda be able to show like, oh, she accidentally got taken away, right?
Well, here's the theory I heard. Okay, the theory that I was hearing is that, and this is gonna get dark, but I would love it if Oda did this, right? So the theory I was hearing was that maybe the mother that had the time fruit gave the fruit to her, and you're probably wondering, well, okay, how does one pass a fruit on? Well, remember what happens when one dies. The nearest fruit turns into that fruit, remember?
Yep.
So you could do this in multiple amount of ways. You could have her, go full on samurai seppuku right in front of her daughter and be like, give her daughter an apple and be like, when I die, just eat this fruit, honey. Don't worry, the fruit will protect you, and then
hold this apple when I kill myself.
Yeah. So that's a way you could look at it, or you could just say, you could do something similar where she gives her a fruit, tells her to run away, and then of course the soldiers kill her. And then she eat the fruit, like that way. But either way, that would explain how, okay, that because the idea is Hiyori would now have the time fruit. And she wanted to pass that on. I don't know. There's many ways you could look at it, but like, I'm just saying, it seems, whatever it is, what we're being told is far too straightforward, and I almost guarantee you there will be a twist at some point. I don't know what. I've given you my ideas, but it's too simple right now. There's going to be a twist, for sure.
I like it, honestly.
Me too. And also, let's think about one other thing too. This random ass Otoko girl, right? She's had a lot of emphasis ever since they met her. It's like constantly smiling and laughing. That could be the trauma, because look at this one, the flashback where she's talking about the kappa, which is obviously the same guy as in the jail cell. And what does he say? He says, He tried to cheer me up every day, made her smile, yada yada. So that could kind of, be the same thing as, why this girl always smiles all the time is because, like, oh, just cheer up, smile. I don't know. There's a lot of holes in this theory because in the flashback, it doesn't look like the same girl. And so I don't know. I'm conflicted about it because the video I'm referencing is one from a couple weeks ago, from last chapter. So there is holes, but this could be a big Oda ploy. Who knows? All I'm saying is it's too simple the way it is now. There's going to be not a time skip. What am I talking about? There's going to be a plot twist. And to me, Otoko has been given a hell of a lot of emphasis. I don't think she's going to be a random little girl. She's going to have importance because that's how Oda rolls. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, hell, I have no issues with that. I think it's really well done.
Me too.
It's very classic Oda, because I mean, it makes sense to how do you protect someone, a child you pretend to be them.
Yeah,
right.
It does make sense.
So because I mean, Komurasaki, because if it's true that this Okiku and Komurasaki aren't the same, that it baffles me that to think that bitchy Komurasaki, Goldie Komurasaki, would give her life for a child.
Okiku, hold on. Okiku is the one, the samurai girl. Are you meaning to say that name?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, then I'm lost. What are you talking about?
So I'm talking about the.
Okiku is the one that we didn't know if it was a trap for a while. Kinemon maybe has a thing for her.
Sorry. So I'm talking about this girl then. I was looking at the
This is Toko. Her name is Toko, I believe. Otoko?
My brain fart. Because I was looking at the 9 red sheets on page 7, and I saw Okiku, and then I just...
Yeah.
I did... Okay, so basically what I'm saying is it baffles me to think that the gold-digging bitch Komurasaki would give her life for a child. Because it's blatantly obvious that that if you Debate.
Yeah, but there's clearly more to Komurasaki's character than we know.
So I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So like, does she have the laughing girl have to have some type of importance? Because I mean, Oda clearly wants to keep her alive.
Oh, definitely, and also, you know, like we don't forget that Komurasaki, when she was getting cut down, she said, "I am the daughter of a warrior," which is another thing that Oda did to make us really, really believe that she is Hiyori, you know, and Odin's daughter. So there's something going on here. There's a lot of weirdities going on, because it's like, Komurasaki, is she Hiyori? Is this girl actually Komurasaki or some other random bitch? Is Otoko Hiyori? Who the fuck knows?
Plot twist: they're twins.
Oh, like what? Like he actually had two sisters, and one of them traveled forward in time, and one of them stayed.
Yeah,
that could work.
Hey, you know what? Oda, hit me up, big dog. I got you.
Yeah, and he can give you an N-word pass in return.
If I met Oda,
you'd give him an N-word pass.
Life would be, bro. Who gives a fuck about life anymore? I met the man himself.
Who gives a fuck
Oda,
about
president.
Life anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you meet Oda, it's just, what's the point of just kill yourself? It's fucked up.
You have the same thought if you thought Togashi, okay?
No,
don't lie.
Because I'd need to finish the series first. Then I could kill myself.
No, I'm coming back as a ghost. That's gonna be my one regret, not finishing One Piece or Hunter x Hunter or Black Clover or My Academia.
So Oda until you see the end.
Nah, I'm haunting every manga of every series that I'm currently reading until everyone's finished. Then I'll pass on.
Can you imagine a weeby ghost?
Yo.
Okay, so. Anything? What else to talk about in this chapter here? Okay, so obviously we see the old man has this crazy Nen type, and he's gonna teach it to Luffy. Or did I say Nen? God damn it! I'm sorry. You got me on Hunter x Hunter now. Crazy haki type. He's gonna teach it to Luffy. Thoughts?
Woo! I'm really happy that Oda's giving the old man some of his time too.
Bro, he hyped the fuck out of the old man. Like I knew he was gonna be powerful. It depended on how much his age was gonna fuck him or not.
Because he was hyped there, he was getting hyped up, man. Because I'm like, Oda, my boy, you can't have this man be an old mafia boss, and he's fodder. You know, old, strong, badass old dudes are a staple in series.
We knew he wasn't gonna be fodder, bro. He got hyped up. Like literally, don't forget, this was the guy they were like, if we get him on our team, immediately we'll have an army of 5,000. That's how much respect this guy has.
This man was like, I might be able to teach you some Master Roshi shit.
Now, here's the thing. This is some high-level shit. I mean, this is the kind of shit that Rayleigh and the Admirals know. So, like, how does this fucker know? And now I want to know this guy's past. What the fuck has he done in his life?
Yeah, man. He's
Swear
short,
to God,
too.
I'm calling it now. We're going to learn that he was on Roger's ship.
Everyone on Roger's ship.
Yeah, you know. Oh, Rayleigh. No, wait a minute. Because when Luffy said Rayleigh, he was like, Rayleigh? What the fuck? Who are you, Luffy? Like, bruh, I swear to God.
This man, Roger was like fucking Soul Train, bro.
No, Roger straight up, like, I think he wanted a person from every island on his crew. Like, all right, we got to get one. I'm gonna stop at every island and get the coolest motherfucker you have, and they're gonna join my crew.
Bro, he's a better Big Mom, bro. He's a better Big Mom.
Mom doesn't steal people; she just births people.
Bro, Big Mom, man, shit.
She just she just fucking dumps people. Takes their seed.
She fucks everyone.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Whew. That's a joke I don't want to go through.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. All right, well, I'm excited because this is what I was hoping for when this arc started, right? This is going to be the next Water 7 Enies Lobby. Like, this is the Water 7 / Enies Lobby arc of the time skip. Why? Because every motherfucking Straw Hat is going to get a power-up. I'm telling you, it's happening, okay? You have the Stealth Black shit with Sanji. You got the Black Sword shit with Zoro. You got new Armament Haki with Luffy. You got Zeus with Nami. What's Chopper gonna get? What's Brook gonna get? What's Frankie gonna get? Frankie said he was building a weapon to deal with Kaido at the end of Zo. Keep that in mind. So I mean, we're gonna get fucking power ups for everybody, and I'm hyped.
Chopper got Big Mom. That's his power up right there.
Chopper gets Big Mom as a summon, and that's his power.
No, that's his stat.
Yo! Oh my
if any of our new 2,000 subscribers do fan art, please, we commission you to do a Big Mom Chopper stand.
Yo! Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. Anyone draws that, even if it's like kind of shitty, like just like a general like semi-drawing ability. You draw that shit. Go to our Discord. It's in the fucking cover, or what's it called? The banner art, right? Click our Discord. Go to that. Tag at Red or at what's your fucking name on there? Prince. What the fuck?
Prince Laura. I'm changing it. Prince Laura.
Okay, good. Just tag someone that looks important. Tell them to get Red. You draw Chopper with Big Mom as a stand. You can come on our next One Piece review.
Yo, that's big. Everyone's gonna fight.
First one not first one. Best one I see. Okay, you have a week. Best one my favorite. And if no one else does it, then the only one that does it. You come on. It can't be. No stick figure shit. It has to be you. I have to be able to recognize them as the characters. Okay, but you can come on the review. Maybe for like either the first 5 minutes or the last 5 minutes, not the whole video. That'll derail it. You might be cringy. I don't fucking know you. But you can come on. You can talk about your art process. You can shout out some shit if you want to shout out some shit. Whatever. That will be your prize for giving me for creating that piece of art that the world fucking needs. You've done God's work. You've done Goda's work.
Your beautiful work will be shared.
Oh yeah. And you know what? Like, if it's good enough, I might print it and put it on my wall.
And we'll put your name in the description.
Yeah, we will link. If you want us to fucking shamelessly plug a channel, we'll put it in the description.
Of course, because we all, like me, Red, and David, always respect artists, and we want artists to get as much revenue and as much love as possible.
Mm-hmm. We probably respect artists as much as we respect Whammon.
Big facts, especially Whammon artists.
Yeah, our artist is a Whammon, so we respect them both at the same time. It's 2 birds and 1 stone.
All right, last thing about the One Piece chapter is we see Law's crew all beaten up and bloody.
Oh, that was sad. Beppo, my boy. Listen.
And the 2 other people who don't have names, but probably do.
Fuck.
I just don't remember them.
Who cares? Beppo.
From Neverland.
Listen.
See, One Piece does the same thing as Promise Neverland. It's still better. I still like these characters more than I do half the cast of Promise Neverland.
Listen, man. I'm just saying, if we get through this whole arc without Beppo having a fight, I'm pissed. I like Beppo. Okay, do you remember this motherfucker? Just kung fu-ing motherfuckers in Sabaody? Ah, I love Beppo.
Oh, yeah, this man.
And who even knows what Penguin and Sachi do? Like, I mean, they're just there. But they gotta be like, they are laws, say the word that only black people can say. They're laws.
Niggas.
That's right. They are. That is what they are. So, like, Luffy is to Zoro and Usopp as Law is to Penguin and Sachi. They are his boys, okay? So I want to know, I want to see them chilling. I want to see them hanging out. What do they do for fun? Why do they like each other? I want to see them having a combo fight. I'm going to say that every fucking video they appear in until Oda delivers, because I need it. Penguin and Sachi, they could be cool. Who even knows how they fight?
They might have a devil fruit. You never know.
Yo, they could have a devil fruit. One might have a devil fruit. One might fight like Usopp with gadgets and some shit. Who knows? But they look cool. I like their designs.
Oh yeah, boy.
Like, do you remember? Like, we've seen a little bit of interaction with their crew. Like, do you remember when they were at fucking what's it called? Amazon Lily. And it's the woman on the island, and Beppo, it was Penguin and Sachi were like just fantasizing about the women, like, oh my god, so many women on there. I wish we could go on. They must be so beautiful. And then Beppo just comes up. He's like, I wonder if they have bear women. And then they're like, no, do not ruin this for us. Like, that shit's fucking great. I need more of that.
Yeah, predictions, sir.
Okay. I'm going to say that obviously we're going to see Hyogoro of the flowers teach. And here's what I want to see, right? When he's teaching this to Luffy, I really want to know how it works. Give me some Hunter x Hunter level detailed description of how the fuck this works, okay? How does it differ from a normal Armanet haki? How do you channel it? Where does it come from? Like, why is there two different forms? Like, I need... Oda's needed to explain haki in more detail for a long time, and I want that. So I hope we get that. I also want to see progress towards Zoro's inevitable power-up. I was thinking how cool this would be, right? So they were talking about how in order to make it Black Blade, you have to kind of be with a sword for a long time and, like, get to know it and love it, and you fight with it enough and all that shit, right? Think about it, right? At first I was like, ooh, how could we do that? Because Zoro, you know, the whole series is only like 2 years, so like that wouldn't work. And then I was like, wait a minute. There's one sword that he's had since childhood, and that is his, I believe, Wado Ichimonji. I hope. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Hold on, I need to make sure which one is his original. Hold on. Wado Ichimonji. Yes. Whew. Okay, I did it right. All right, so the Wado Ichimonji is the one that he got from Kuina. And that one has great emotional importance to him, obviously. Go back and rewatch Zoro's flashback. That shit is good. It's underrated as fuck. Like, the part where it's so fucking sad, bro. Like, Zoro comes in as a little kid and to this dude whose daughter just died, and then the dude's like, I need you to leave, because every time I look at you, I just think of my daughter, and I can't handle that anymore. And so he forces Zoro to leave, and then Zoro, before he gets kicked out, begs for the sword. He's like, can I have the sword? I'm gonna, and then he just has this emotional breakdown. He's like, I'm gonna become the strongest swordsman in the world, and I'll do it for her, so she can look down from the heavens. Even in the heavens, they'll know my name, so she'll know that I fulfilled that promise. Like, that is so fucking powerful, and which is why every time he becomes stronger, it makes me so emotional, because he's doing it. His literal, like, it's such, I love these childish dreams. That's a theme I love in One Piece, right? Like, one of my favorite lines in One Piece, period, is where Sanji looks to Luffy and says, your dream is foolish, but then again, so is mine. You know, they're all childish. They're dreams, you know? And Zoro's dream, as a very well-known atheist Zoro is, his dream is, I want to be a swordsman so great that, like, metaphorically speaking, even the heavens will know my name. So, like, there's some part of Zoro's soul that's like, you know, if I get strong enough, if I become a good enough swordsman, maybe Kuina, in whatever afterlife there is, maybe she'll know. If I become the very best. Like, I love that. So, I like to think that...
She's alive.
What's up?
Plot twist, she's alive.
I hope not. That would suck. Fucking... I would be triggered, bro. Like, straight up.
Turns out she faked her death for some unknown reason.
Garbage. Yeah. Faked her death by falling down the stairs. Now, listen.
If that happened, where would One Piece place as your top manga?
No, I mean, it would depend on how Oda did it, but, like, I wouldn't like it, because that's a very emotional thing. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, sir. But what I'll say is, if the formation of a Black Blade involves emotional connection to the blade and time spent with the blade at all, the Wado Ichimonji would be great, and that would be awesome and symbolic, and, like, I could see it being a really emotional, like, oh, the sword I got from Kuina, my childhood friend, I've christened it into a Black Blade, and that'd be so cool. I'd love that. And you could even say, like, part of her fighting spirit went into making it the Black Blade. You know, I could love that. That'd be great. So yeah, there's a lot of shit that can happen. I love the Enies Lobby-esque power-ups that everyone's getting. It's awesome. And one last thing I will say, and I need to say this now. If Chopper at some point in Wano does not see a bunch of cherry blossom trees and react to that, I will be pissed.
A lot of things you'd be pissed about if Oda doesn't do this arc.
Bro, you're the one that's bitchy about if Law dies, alright? I don't even want to hear it.
Because that's a different story.
Okay, but you feel me, though, right? Like, you remember how important cherry blossoms are to his backstory, right?
Yeah, I really don't think Oda would forget something that plot-driven.
There's a theory that the island... Okay, just to remind you that backstory. Hiralik, the doctor, remember how he had a disease... And he was a big believer in, like, oh, I went to this island and I saw a bunch of cherry blossoms, and then the doctors told me I was cured. Remember?
Yeah.
He was supposed to die in like a day or two or a week or whatever, and then he saw cherry blossoms at some random island, And then he was magically cured. His disease was gone, right? So that's why his big thing was, I want to bring cherry blossoms to this winter island, even though it makes no sense and it's impossible, right? So the theory that I'm hearing, and I love this theory, is that the island that he went to was Wano.
Oh, okay.
Because that's about the only island we've seen that has cherry blossoms.
Seems like Wano is a driving point for most characters, for backstories wise. You know, for Chopper, for
we know how important
Zoro.
Wano is. I mean, that to me that doesn't bother me because Wano is a very, very important location in One Piece. It's like, you know, New York City, or, you know, it's like a very, very important high locale in One Piece. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's still a theory. We don't know if that's true, but like my thing is, remember, because there's a huge theory that I love about this, right? So like I'll go further. You know, when in Whitebeard's flashback, remember when Whitebeard's dying, we see a flashback to him sitting with Whitebeard, or with Roger. I mean, Whitebeard sitting with Roger. You remember that?
Yeah.
They were sitting under a bunch of cherry blossom trees. You remember this?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And now think about this, right? This was around the time where Roger came down with an incurable disease. Remember? So he was spending his last moments around cherry blossoms, which is the exact thing that Hiyori did when he had an incurable disease.
Ooh, everything comes together.
So what I'm thinking is, and this is again credit to Joy Boy, I love his theories. I would love it if it basically, this whole time you thought, oh, it was just symbolic and he was just a crazy doctor, but no, like this whole time there actually was some truth to the whole cherry blossom thing. So yeah, I'm really hoping for a Chopper moment when he sees cherry blossoms, for sure, because that's one of my favorite flashbacks in the entire series. So yeah, goddamn, great chapter. Final thoughts for you, Thurman?
Nah, that's it. Great chapter, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. And don't forget that Big Mom Chopper stand fan art. I'm telling you. Go to the Discord, tag @Red, and you know what happens next. I'm using these subscribers. It's time. This is what fame is made for. I love you guys. Peace.